Yo, 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 what's going on? What's going on? It is your boy Skywalker the Jedi back at y'all with another one. Y'all could be anywhere else in the world right now, but you're here with me rocking out, and I appreciate that. Much love to everybody that will be partaking in the live crew and everybody that will be watching this on replay as well. We about to get this thing started because I'm already a little late with the show. Y'all know me, man. I be having it's like every time I think I'm ready, it's like uh, I think I'm cool and I did all my research and I then grabbed all the necessary videos, and then I'll be about to get started, and then it'd be like, oh shit, I forgot to add this, and I gotta go grab some more stuff. And I just I just want to make sure that I'm thoroughly prepared for these kind of streams. And much love to all y'all for being able to rock out with me on the time, because I know it'd be a little bit crazy and all over the place. Um, we are about to get this thing started shortly. You dig? And I am announcing this will probably be like my last like live stream that's in this kind of vein on this channel. I just wanted to kind of do a referendum, like a thing, like wrapping everything up, my final thoughts, and then from here on out, whenever I'm speaking about this kind of stuff, I'll be on the other channel. So much love, but couldn't not have this conversation with you guys because the other night, um, I gave you guys a lot of my thoughts in real time, but now that I've had a chance to kind of reflect on everything and think about what I wanted here to say over the course of today and yesterday, which I had to kind of take the day off because my neck was killing me, man. All that 7-hour stream did a job on my neck, yo. I mean, it was crazy. So I'm here feeling a whole lot better. Got a lot of the kinks worked out, got me a good little massage. You know what I'm saying? So feeling a whole lot better and ready to have this kind of wrap up conversation to talk about this stuff and get this on over with. Right? Much love, y'all. Can't wait to have this conversation. We got the homie Curly Ray in here early. Much love, bro. Thank you for stopping through. Homie's a big supporter of the platform. Make sure you guys go give him a subscribe, as well as his other channel, Rebel Moon Theory. Homie been over there putting in work. We got the homie W Mir, the sponsor of tonight's stream, down in the chat. What's going on, homie? Glad to have you here. We got Sam Havoc 5150 in the building. What's going on? Good evening, sir. Thank you for being here. We got the Prime in the building. What's going on, Prime? Much love, bro. Shouts out to the Prime. We got Darth Plato in here. What's going on? Darth Plato saying happy N7 day. Shouts out to all the Mass Effect fans. Man, this dude, can y'all believe that Leon had the nerve to tell me the other day that he didn't think I was a Mass Effect fan? It was one of the craziest statements I had ever heard. I was like, bro, I for sure beat the first 2 games, and I played the hell out of the third one, but I didn't beat it, though. And I was like, bro, like, acting like I don't know about Mass Effect. That was crazy. Right? It says Dems made a Faustian bargain with radical leftists. Hey, we're gonna get to it, right? We're gonna get to it. We're gonna talk about all that stuff. We got the homie Integrity 101 in the building saying 2K subs is inevitable. For sure. Thanks to the homie Integrity for stopping through. We always love when you come through and bring that energy. Right? Yeah. We got the homie Bishop in the building. What's going on, Bishop? Right? Everybody calm down. The Bishop's here. Right? Yeah. He said Amazon announced there will be a Mass Effect series. Bruh, did that really happen today? I've been out of it, y'all. I've been out of it. But if that did, then we got to talk about that on night shift tomorrow. You know what I mean? And what that means, because is it going to be woke? Is it gonna be woke? We shall see. We shall see. But that is a conversation for night shift, and we about to get on to it. Make sure you guys are hitting that like button, sharing the content out, and subscribing. We are on the road to 2K, trying to hit 2,000 before the end of the year. Shout out to everybody that has been rocking with the platform so far. You guys have been doing a wonderful job of helping out. Just like the homie Sin Havoc said right here, he said, I sent the message out to the people. I did my part for sure. Right. And we're going to be here rocking out, still on that road to 2K. Make sure you guys are liking, sharing, hitting that subscribe button and that notification bell so that you know when I'm going live. Because YouTube be tripping with the I don't even know if I got a. Nope, I didn't. I didn't get a notification, so I know that they ain't going out to everybody because I ain't get one. I usually get one whenever I go live, but nope. So there's that. You know what I'm saying? If you guys would like to sponsor a stream, make sure that you or whenever you give super chats, they are tallied up, and whoever donates the most will have will have their name strolling across the bottom like the homie W Mir does right now. Right? Much love, much love, much love to all you guys. Frank C says, Sky, this historic comeback should give hope for the return of the Snyderverse. Frank, what's so crazy about this situation is I was literally talking to Leon or with Leon about this yesterday, bro. Like there's a lot of similarities, I would say, that I was pointing out, and I'm actually going to have a conversation about that pretty soon. Yes. Says Amazon Prime, it'll either be good or worse than Rings of Power, YouTube's favorite current puncher bag. Yeah, I don't watch Rings of Power. I'm like very selective about the shows that I watch. I'm more of a film movie guy. It's much easier for me to watch a movie. I just don't like watching stuff that I'm not enjoying, right? If I'm enjoying something, then it's much easier for me to watch it. But I feel like a lot of these shows, it's kind of hard for me to get my hooks in because, of all this shit that's going on. But that's going to be part of that stream too. So, Integrity says, did I hear you say all future streams in this vein will be on another channel? Yes, you did. I am starting a second channel that will be hosting all of these kind of conversations while I continue on my film and entertainment stuff on this channel. Absolutely, that is happening. Because YouTube, man, look, I would prefer to have everything on one channel, just have like a one-stop shop, but that ain't how YouTube work, man. And I'm gonna get into that right now because there's been a lot of stuff. Obviously the 5th of November election day was a huge day. It was a huge day for us over here, all around this country, around the world. Actually, the world was kind of watching in on what was happening, and I'm going to show some examples of that later. But yeah, it was an important day. It was a great day. I was locked in. I was so happy to be here and be on stream with you guys. Had damn near a 7-hour stream, shattered my own record for however long that I've went on a stream. It was a whole bunch of fun, had a whole lot of engagement. And it was super dope. But then that next morning, I was kind of brought back to reality. And this is the other side of being a content creator that kind of sucks, because you put your all into something and then they just, kind of step on it, right? So I did the stream, had massive amounts of engagement. I had never had like almost 600 people join throughout the duration of a stream. That was pretty dope for me. As soon as I ended the stream, had like 600 something views pretty much was super dope. And I'm thinking it's cool, right? So I go to sleep right after. Well, actually, yeah, this kind of my post election thoughts, right? So I go to sleep, after this great night, got the result that I had wanted. And shouts out to El Necron for popping up in the chat. Shout out to the cool table, homie. What's going on? So yeah, got the result that I had wanted. Been putting in a lot of work leading up to the election, having conversations with people and just trying to get the word out there, and different stuff like that, right? Stream goes phenomenal. Shouts out to Valuetainment and PBD. That stream that we reacted to was amazing. Great panel. Leon joined. The chat was great. Good vibes, all that stuff. Great night. And then I wake up in the morning to email saying that my video got blocked globally. I have never had a stream blocked globally before. So I immediately go to YouTube Studio and I open it up and I see this like big X next to the video, some shit that I had never seen before. And I'm like, what could possibly have happened to where my video got blocked globally? Like, what was it? So because mind you, the video got blocked at like 12:42. That's when I got the email saying that the video was taken down at 12:42. So pretty much like not that long after I had ended the video, because I pretty much got off stream, talked to Leon for like a few minutes, couple minutes, and just went right to bed. My neck was killing me. I was like, yo, I'm about to go to bed. Right? So I'm like, what is it with this video that would have it taken down globally? Because usually it's just like, okay, you can't make any money on the video, or like we'll do revenue sharing or like something like that. I had, or it'll say blocked in certain areas, right? And you'll go and look and it'll be like a couple countries, just random countries where your video might not be able to be seen. So I'm like, okay, what's going on? So I go and I check the video and it is blocked globally for an instrumental. And I'm like, what the hell? So I go and I check, and yes, it was the instrumental that played during the Trump video that I played on stream, the one that got taken off of Twitter where he told everybody to go home on January 6th. That video and that song, the song that played in the background, or it was a song rather, the song that played in the background on that video got my video taken down globally. You know what I'm saying? So I was like, bro, y'all in the stream, or y'all block it right after the stream goes down. I didn't even see the YouTube for email because I went to sleep. I wake up, I fix the problem like over 7 hours later. Even after it goes back up, the views on it are frozen for like hella long. And then now there's been like minimal traction on a video that was probably going to get like well over 3,000 views, which is big for my channel, right? Like, my live streams don't usually do that well, in like the thousands and thousands of views. So like having that there and down for 7 hours when it was pretty much at 800 and some change, like right after it went up, I was like, wow, that's crazy. That's crazy. But hey, right, it was another wake-up call, and I was already kind of in the process of creating this other channel, but that just like it really cemented it. I was like, yo, I have to separate this stuff because this is fucking ridiculous. Like, I was so upset that, you know, we could be streaming for 7 hours and then we naturally legitimately was gonna do numbers on that stream, and then they just take the shit down because they don't like some video that I played. So you know, that definitely happened. But even that, you know, that did not destroy my day because I had a wonderful day yesterday. And not even just, you know, even with all my neck pain, because my neck was hurting all day yesterday, all day. It was wild. Like, it's talking like crook in my neck, but on ultra mode, right? Could barely move it. And but even still, I was in great spirits. Went to work with a big smile on my face, you know, and there was just a different feeling in the air, right? For me at least, and a lot of the people that I was talking to, there was a great feeling of, hey, we're about to get back to some sort of like normalcy in terms of going away from a lot of these agenda based things that we've been seeing in our media, right? Getting back to a return to normalcy in terms of like getting to this money. I mean, the stock market jumped like crazy after Trump got elected. Crypto started going crazy after Trump got elected. I'm going to go into some stuff later, but things just started happening and falling into place around the world as soon as Trump got elected. So, nah, it was a great day. I do feel that there is an opportunity here to really capitalize on a lot of things that we may have an opportunity to partake in, right? In terms of fixing some of these things that we've been feeling like, you know, have been ailing our community. You know what I'm saying? Right? I see y'all in here talking about when YouTube took me down. Yeah, it was crazy. Global shutdown, right? And then they said a normalcy. I don't think so, Scott. No, in a certain aspect, I do think that we can get there, yo. And I'm gonna talk about I'm gonna talk about why, right? And yeah, my pops be watching the stock market. He got all kind of stuff going on in there. He was like, "Yo, did you see that shit?" Like everybody that I know that has any type of like investments going on, everybody was like, "Did you see what was going on?" You know? He said Hamas and Russia said, "Okay, we're ready to end our wars." Right? Hey, we're gonna talk about that, right? But I do think that there is opportunities here because even with everything that's going on in the world today, right, with all of the stuff that is being kind of put into place to kind of make sure that certain things go a certain way when it comes to America, right? There's obviously a push um to make thing or to continue down this path that we seem to be marching down, right? With these endless wars that are very, very profitable for certain sections of people. We have a lot of exploitation going on around the world, and you know, a lot of moves are being made to try to fight back against some of the ways in which we've gone about trying to control these countries around the world and move them here and there and treat them like chess pieces. To which, you know, there has been a lot of that. And because of that, I think you see a lot of these things being put into place, like the BRICS situation, which even though that's kind of created to kill our dollar, so to speak, I do think that there are ways in which we can combat these things. It's just gonna take um a lot of fight, determination, courage, bravery, and willingness to kind of do the hard things and make the hard choices. Because if we don't fix these things, and if we don't go down the path of trying to focus on building ourselves back up first, most dynasties and most empires that have fallen throughout human history have done so because of like over expanding their reach, right? There's been a lot of like, let's say for instance, Rome, you know, a lot of that was them having their military in all these different places, and it drained their fucking local economy. And you know, that seems to be like a almost one for one repeat of what's happening now. There are a lot of things that, you know, can be done in order to shift this track that we're on. But as I said, it's gonna take a lot of courage, bravery, and you know, people being willing to educate themselves, like for real. You know, because I think one thing that this thing kind of showed is that it seems as if people are really living in like their own worlds. People that did not see this coming, they wanted to act like it couldn't happen. You know, is there were so many meltdowns around the country, and people trying to blame these things on, you know, certain certain demographics, or you know, things that I just don't think it had anything to do with. But with that being the case, them responding that way just fucking lets me know that, yo, this is a fight between good and evil. Like, you know, these opinions aren't just being pushed on people, because I do think that they're being pushed on people, because I see and hear too many people just repeat things that I hear on TV. And you know, you hear people calling Trump a felon all of the time. If you ask them what he got convicted of, they can rarely tell you what happened. You know, just the calling of his supporters, who are other American citizens, like Nazis and racists and, you know, all kind of phobes. It just doesn't really do anything. And I think is the more that we're able to look at one another as an other, or as, hey, you're this because of X, or you're that because you voted for this guy, the more that we continue down that path, the easier that it will be for them to separate us. You know, but we're gonna get to it. I just want to give a little bit of my thoughts about the election, and you know, just kind of touch on that before moving forward. But there was a lot of meltdowns, y'all. Right? It was a whole lot of meltdowns. Right? Wait a minute. First of all, I did get a look at the itinerary for Trump's first day back, and I wanted to give you guys a look at what is on his menu for the first day back in office.
Jesse, how have you been?
I've been
great. I'm back, and you're fired. Hello all, no need to run. Your fates have already been sealed. You're safe.
Oh my God.
You're safe for now. Hello, nice to see you. Who's your best client?
Jesus. I represent John and Kate plus 8.
Where are you, Davies?
All right. I'm already packing to save myself the indignity.
That's too bad.
Ari, Jesus Christ! You lost your mind, Ari?
Right. Now, that was a look at Trump's first day back, you know what I'm saying, in office. But yeah, there was a whole lot of meltdowns, people. And I wanted to kind of highlight a few of these. And we're going to talk about this because I think that this is cool to discuss, because it's like, hold on. Let's just look at the first one and then we'll start breaking this down.
This is why some of y'all states be getting hurricanes. That's all I'm going to say.
Votes at this time. That means he needs 23 more. Pennsylvania has 19 electoral votes. Michigan has 15.
Hey, Cardi B hate us, and the states be getting hurricanes because they decided that, you know, Trump was the best option for their families, you know. That was Cardi B, who, first of all, wasn't even going to be endorsing a presidential candidate until recently, right? Switched the whole thing up recently. Switched her whole shit up. And now all of a sudden, super behind Kamala. And then hurricanes is hitting cities because of the fact that they decided to vote for somebody. But Cardi B wasn't the only one tripping. Let's see some more.
Let's be honest, it was a terrible night last night. It was a terrible night for women, for children, for the hundreds of thousands of hardworking immigrants who make this country go, for healthcare, for our climate, for science, for journalism, for justice, for free speech. It was a terrible night for poor people, for the middle class, for seniors who rely on Social Security, for our allies in Ukraine, for NATO, for the truth and democracy and decency. And it was a terrible night for everyone who voted against him. And guess what? It was a bad night for everyone who voted for him, too. You just don't realize it yet.
You just motherfucker up there crying, boy. Oh my God. Sin Havoc said Cardi B just admitted the weather control and chemtrails. Right? This why some of y'all states be getting hurricanes, right? Because y'all don't vote proper. Right? Us over here in New York, we drowning in rats. Right? She was talking about drowning in rats not even that long ago. Ain't it Democrats that run New York? You know what I'm saying? Right? Yeah, bro. The celebrities had to bend the knee. They had to bend the knee. They had to bend the knee. They's like, yo, look, somebody went to Eminem house and was like, hey, yo, M, we're gonna need you to endorse Kamala, dog. And he was like, no. I don't really think I want to do that because, you know, that could affect my fan base. And they was like, look, M, you either gonna endorse Kamala or I'm gonna open this box. You know what's in this box, right? And he was like, yeah, man. It was like, yo, you gonna get out there and do what we need you to do? And yo, he was like, he only got one shot and one opportunity, you know. And he went out there, and let Barack rap Lose Yourself. You know what I'm saying? This dude, Kimmel, bro, Kimmel up there crying. Right? Oh my God. He said there's no excuse to not know about weather control in 2024. We admitted to it way back in Vietnam. Bro, they was talking about I saw something talking about how over in was it Saudi Arabia, how they be making it rain? Like, wait a minute, didn't that whole flood thing situation happen because the clouds kind of went crazy? Because they be creating artificial clouds over there, right? This is crazy, bro. But nah, that wasn't it. Kimmel wasn't the only one. Jimmy Kimmel was not the only one, bro. He was not the only one crying. Let's take a look at this one.
Because I'm thinking about the people who are not a part of anybody's elite who are hurting tonight. There are African-American women who know a little bit about being talked down to and know a little bit about having their economic dreams crushed, who tried to dream a big dream over the past couple of months. And tonight they're trading in a lot of hope for a lot of hurt. And they were hoping that maybe this time, one of their own could be seen as worthy. And once again, they're facing rejection. And that hurts. They thought tomorrow morning they're going to walk out with their shoulders back a little bit, maybe able to breathe for the first time and feel like they belong someplace. They did everything that they knew how to do. And it's going to be harder than it should be tomorrow for them to hold their heads up. And they're not the only people who are hurting tonight. If you're a parent of a trans kid, your child's face was used as a springboard to power for somebody. That doesn't feel good. There are going to be people tomorrow, we're going to be handing clothes at the dry cleaners to people who don't have papers. There are going to be people who are going to be cleaning your teeth tomorrow who don't have papers. And they're terrified tonight. And so it's easy to blow this off. Oh, look at the elites. They're going to get their comeuppance. It's not the elite that's going to pay the price. It's people who woke up this morning with a dream and are going to bed with a nightmare. And those people didn't deserve to be respected and held and talked to. Those are the people who are going to pay the price for whatever Donald Trump decides to do.
Yeah, but Van, how do we know that those people didn't vote? A large portion of those people aren't a part of the people that elected Donald Trump.
Well,
right? I think that's a good part of the electorate. And the black women, the party, the Democratic Party, let those black women down. Not Donald Trump.
We got Van Jones over here. Hey, I'm gonna come back to that trans statement because he said, "Hey, if you were a parent of a trans child, you should be fearful." I got some clips I'm gonna share with y'all a little bit later on just that. But he said, "Yo, like black women, you know what I'm saying? Like, yo, we're all disappointed. We're all scared. We're all right. Everybody should be scared. And why does it seem like all these dudes is trying to cry? Like, that didn't seem a little forced to y'all, all the little, the almost tears, on the verge of tears, right? They woke up with a dream and went to bed with a nightmare. Yo, y'all, I promise you, if I, as a black dude, if I don't get chained up or like locked up, bro, or, a victim of racism or something, if I'm not a victim of none of that stuff within the next 4 years, I'm gonna feel disappointed, y'all. Because as a black man, I should be worried about being in chains. As if this dude wasn't the president already. As if he wasn't the president already. You know what I mean? Yo, were any of you guys in chains last time, bro, when he was in office? Did I miss something, bro? Was there internment camps when Trump was in office, bro? Was there the mass locking up of black people everywhere, and I just missed the memo. Bro, what is going on here? Do we all live in the same country? Was he not already the president? Was he not already the president? Right? This is crazy. This is crazy, but there's more.
Profoundly disturbed. I think if you look at the New York Times this morning, the headline was America makes a perilous choice. I think that in 2016, we didn't know what we would get from a Trump administration, but we know now. And we know now that he will have almost unfettered power. And so I worry, not about myself, actually. I don't worry about my station in life. I worry about the working class. I worry about my mother, a retired teacher. I worry about our elderly and their Social Security and their Medicare. I worry about my children's future, especially my daughter, who now has less rights than I have. And I remember my father telling me many, many years ago that I was the first person in his family to enjoy full civil rights. And now I have less civil rights than I had when he told me that. So again, I am profoundly disturbed that the 14th Amendment of the Constitution did not prevent someone who participated in an insurrection from becoming president of the United States. I think that going forward, the convicted felon box on employment applications better be taken off, because if you can be the president of the United States.
Yo, she said she got less civil rights now. Yo, so now they taking our civil rights. Bro, Trump is gonna take our civil rights. Yo, this shit is crazy, bro. Trump gonna snatch our civil rights, bro. Yo, if he don't do this stuff, I'm gonna be very disappointed, bro. I'm gonna be very disappointed. Cause they been, how long have they been saying this stuff, bro? Right? They've been sitting here trying to act like they calling for unity, saying they getting stripped of their civil rights. Bro, what civil rights did we lose? I know she ain't talking about what I think she talking about. Is that civil rights? Is that a civil right issue? Is that what we doing? That's civil rights now? To abort a pregnancy, that's a civil rights issue? Wow. Wow. Hold up, but nah, this is wild, Joe. I can't believe she said she got less civil rights now. And you know what's wild, Joe, is that she said, because look, people, I don't know. I have been in situations where like I've had to, for extended periods of time, I've had to like help like take care of children. I've had to help raise children, so to speak, for a very extended period of time. So, and this has not been like one child, it's been like multiple different situations. So I kind of am very familiar with the process. I'd say from about the newborn stage all the way up to about, 4-5 years old. I have a lot of experience dealing with children. But I don't have any kids, right? Now, I would say this. If I had a daughter, this is just me personally, right? I think that because if you teach a child in certain ways, they won't stray from them as they get older. There are so many things that are like core to who I am that were instilled in me since I was a child, right? That's like, don't be in a situation where you would even get a woman pregnant and have to be in one of these type of situations where you would have to do that, right? And just me personally, I think I would kind of focus on instilling in my daughter, like, hey, make sure you find the right guy before you start making these types of decisions, right? And if you do want to kind of partake in these types of things, there are a myriad of ways in which you could prevent you getting pregnant that would not call for you having to alter your womb, maybe even permanently, right? So I don't think that anybody is wrong for going that route. I don't think that anybody is wrong for trying to take that approach instead of maybe try to be in a more reactive situation after the fact, right? But that's just me. That's just me personally. So, but when I hear this type of rhetoric, like, it disturbs me, because it's like, yo, why is that? And I think it was Christina Applegate who said, yo, that her 13-year-old daughter was sobbing because of what this meant. And I'm like, how in the hell are you having conversations like that with your 13-year-old? In so as much as where she would be sobbing, I think that more than likely would come from a parent kind of instilling a great sense of fear in your child over this situation, and saying, hey, like, this is, like, this should be your right to be able to do this. And it's just like, I don't know, it just seems a little off to me. I can't speak for everybody, but that's why it should be like a one vote per person type situation like we have now. And hey, if you want these things, make sure that you show up and you represent yourself in these elections and make your voices heard. And I don't think that this would be any type of situation if you just if you just go about things in a more proactive way. I think a lot of this stuff could be alleviated, but that's just me, right? There's been like plenty of meltdowns, Joe. I could literally sit here and go on and on and on and just play videos. I mean, it's all type of people crying all over the internet. I think a lot of that is performative, so I didn't want to focus on that too much, but these couple of people I just had to highlight. And oh yeah, who could forget Joy Reid calling people in Florida fascists? Watch this.
It's a pure Project 2025 in miniature in Florida, and that kind of extreme, sort of extremist, right-wing, fascist type government in Florida, does that make it a more attractive place?
Right. Crazy. Oh man, y'all are cooking in the chat. Said the view is a joke. They can't see past is their own nose on that show. And what's funny about that show is I think a lot of these mainstream media outlets are about to die, like, for sure. And I think that this election really, really showed that, because, well, I'll get into that more in 1 second. But I think that The View probably had their biggest ratings ever yesterday because everybody wanted to see what they had to say. But I think very, very soon, probably a little bit after Trump takes office, I think all of these outlets are about to just be null and void. I'm so serious. See, it's like the Special Olympics of television. And El Necron said the Democratic Party was so concerned with crushing the Bernie movement, they did not focus on Trump's movement. They deserve this loss. Man, look, I was sounding an alarm in 2016, bro. He said the Dems obliterated the Bernie Sanders movement. Oh yeah. Right. Integrity said Blue Team hasn't really had a legit primary since 2008 when Obama snuck past the gatekeepers and ruined Hillary's chance. They can't let that happen again. All right. Hey, I'm gonna get to Bernie in 1 second. Because Bernie cooked. Even though he didn't cook as much as I think he should cook, right? He still cooked. Snap said 2016, it should have been an eye-opener for everyone. Democrats and Republicans are all the same, two sides of the same coin. Absolutely. When you have both of them, there hating on Trump and trying to get him out, that's when you know something's weird. When they're, because they usually is fighting, but they agreed that Trump had to go. That seemed a little weird, but hey, people didn't pick up on it. He says, the real choice isn't getting nominated. Yep. Nah, we'll get into Bernie in 1 second. But look, moving forward, said if it weren't for these elite cities, most counties in California and in New York would have flipped the red. That's facts. That's true. Oh, what up, Douglas Murphy? Right? Yeah. Mainstream media don't got that pull. These fucking celebrities don't got that pull. Right? Yeah. Facts. Said I need a meaner Bernie. I do too, but I don't think it's in him. I don't think it's in him, bro. I really don't, because I'd have tried to burn that shit down. If they rigged it on me, right? If they rigged that on me, bro, could you imagine somebody like my own group rigging something against me and me going along with it and still like endorsing the come on, bro. Like you can't do that. So I be mad at Bernie, but it's like I stopped because I don't know if he really cool with it or not. It seemed like it sometimes, but then sometimes it don't. So I don't know. But I want to take this time to kind of highlight a lot of the things that they're blaming this on, because it's not, it ain't the candidate. It must be misogyny. It must be racism. It must be a lot of these things. Let's just get into it.
And finally, we talk a lot about these different demographics and these assumptions of where they're going to go. Latinos in Texas, a district that's 97% Latino, went 75 percentage points for Donald Trump. Why?
Misogyny.
It's on the border. The border crisis is on their doorstep. And they were begging people to care about it for years. We need to take some lessons.
That's what that was.
The lessons are not
knock, knock. Who's there? Oh my gosh, it's Whoopi.
Misogyny and sexism, right? No, it wasn't that. They installed her as a candidate, right? It wasn't that she had these wild ideas, that weren't really popular, right? It wasn't that she had a history of locking up black dudes in California for weed and then laughed about it when asked if she smoked, right? It wasn't that she was putting parents in jail for their kids ditching school when the parents were clearly trying to work. They be at work, kid keep ditching school. She was locking parents up, right? All these things. It wasn't none of that shit. It wasn't the economy. right? It wasn't the border crisis, right? Listen to this.
Let's talk about the real stuff. Your pocketbook's bad, not because the Bidens did anything, not because the economy is bad. Your grocery bills are what they are is because the folks that own the groceries are pigs.
Yeah, but no one articulated that.
Well,
yeah.
that's what I'm saying is that let's talk about the reasons why gas is high, not because the Bidens didn't try to help, but because the folks who control that decided, I want more money.
Look, it wasn't none of that. Right? It wasn't none of that. Right? It wasn't them pushing these policies that was unpopular. Right? It was none of that shit. Wasn't the fact that she keep changing accents every time she get in front of somebody. Right? Said Jill Biden wearing red during vote. Bruh, Joe Biden so happy she lost, bro. Said only side running on skin color and gender was Democrats. Racism, sexism, misogyny, bro. The patriarchy. Right? The people don't even know what misogyny means anymore. It's just a buzzword. Right? Right? That wasn't Sonny's ancestors slave owners right next to Kamala's, bro. Right? Said it wasn't the fact that she cackles like a hyena. Right? He said celebs obviously not caring about money. Is they got loads of it. Is they rent affected is the way. Oh, they weren't affected is the way average person is. Not only that, but I was wondering why a lot of them was doing this, because I don't think it was the money. I don't think that a lot of them was doing this for money. I think, some of them obviously were. I heard that Megan Stallion got like 10 million to go perform. I'm pretty sure that she might have just needed, is that bag or whatever. But I think that a lot of them, dude, they probably, them Diddy tapes start coming out and everybody start, oh, I'm with Kamala Harris now, right? People that weren't gonna really be interested in making their opinions known all of a sudden became very vocal, right? Yeah. No. It can't be any of these things though, yo. Right? If you voted for Donald Trump, you're a racist, you're a bigot, you're this, you're that. But remember when I said I was going to come back to the trans situation, because it was Van Jones who said that if you're a parent of a trans child, you should be very afraid. I want you guys to watch this video real quick.
I just voted for, I think you could probably guess, but Donald Trump. I'm a detransitioner, I'm an ex-leftist, and this is my first time voting Republican. As I sit here right now wearing my mastectomy bra because my breasts were removed when I was 20 years old and suicidal. I'm now 27 and so much has changed. I just feel very free. I truly feel so appreciative to be an American. It really is possible to grow, to transcend that negative self-image and negative image of country. My negative image of America really comes from childhood abuse from my father. And I know it's very cliche, but if you have daddy issues, you're gonna have issues with authority. You're gonna have issues with respecting the nation and any sort of tradition. I've come to see that this nation has great roots. We have an amazing republic, and it's okay to love your nation. That wouldn't be possible for me to say unless I had done personal healing in my detransition. I have a spirit of optimism because I know that it is possible to claw your way up from hell. And right now, I'm not really interested in having more like communist hell stuff going on with Kamala and her business of depopulation and all this negative nihilistic spirit. So I hope everyone's doing great, and make sure to get out and vote.
Yeah, Van Jones said, hey, if you are a parent of a trans child that, you know, be afraid, right? Because your child is going to live in a country that hates them, right? We got we have W Mirror with the $5 super chat saying Democratic Party is the new WBD, leading the wrong lessons. Bro, you are taking the thunder, bro. Because that's what I was about to get. That's that stream, bro. That's that stream. Shout out to W Mirror, man. Let me go ahead and give you your drop, bro. 100%.
Exodia! You can't possibly stand against my 3 blue eyes white dragons. Draw your last pathetic card so I can end this, Yugi. My grandpa's deck has no pathetic cards, Kaiba. But it does contain the unstoppable Exodia. I've assembled all 5 special cards, all 5 pieces of the puzzle. Exodia! It's not possible! No one's ever been able to call him! Exodia! Obliterate! But how? How could I have lost to him? You play only for power, Kaiba, and that is why you lost. But if you put your heart in the game, there is nothing you can't do.
Right? Hey, that shit is so hilarious. I just noticed that for the first time. That when he said, I've assembled all 5 cards, it's like J.D. Vance, Tulsi Gabbard. Shouts out to the homie Austin for coming up with that drop, and shouts out to W Mirror, right? But yeah, man, it's wild, right? It can't be any of these other things, man. It can't be that, hey, you just think he's the better candidate, right? It got to be, look, Tim Walz right before, wouldn't even walk it back, calling the people that went to the rally Nazis. That's wild. I went to a Trump rally. Am I a Nazi because I went to a Trump? I mean, according to Tim Walz, I am, and he wouldn't even walk it back. Let's see what he had to say.
You said over the weekend, referring to it, there's a direct parallel to a big rally that happened in the mid-1930s at Madison Square Garden. Well, look, you were comparing that rally to a Nazi rally?
Look, I'm comparing it to the hate that came out of this, and I think they confirmed that.
You stand by that comparison, though, to a Nazi rally?
Look, the rally, you saw it for yourself. I'll let the American public make the decision of what they saw.
What about you, though?
So I know what I saw, and I'll just leave it at that.
He said, I know what I saw. Right? Oh, my God, man. Shout out to Millennial Mike. What's going on, bro? Glad to have you here. Right? Wait, he said, I'm guessing folk here are more on the Trump side. Hey, we got free thinkers over here. Everybody, there are people that be in the chat that rock with the blue. Got people over here that's rocking with Trump. We all get along as long as you're respectful. You understand? He said, Sky confirmed he hates himself. I did, right? It's like, bro, that's crazy, bro. What's going on, millennial? Bro, are those Disney? Are those Mickey Mouse ears? Bro, let me find out that you was at Disneyland. Are you in California? Right, but yeah, nah. It can't be any of these things, right? It can't be that people, think that he was a better candidate. No, it got to be that he with the little mustache dude, right? It got to be because we hate the culture, like Sonny here said.
Color. I was so hopeful that a mixed race woman married to a Jewish guy could be elected president of this country. And I think that it had nothing to do with policy. I think this was a referendum of cultural resentment in this country.
Well, I think it...
Cultural resentment, right? Couldn't be nothing else. Couldn't be that she was a war hawk that had no intention on ending any of these wars that she helped perpetuate and make worse, right? Can't be none of that, right? Can't be none of that. But they going after nobody's safe, right? Nobody is safe from their wrath. Even the white women are on the chopping block.
52%, right, for Donald Trump. Uneducated white women, is my understanding. You have Latino men, actually, voting more for him. And you have, and black men was not the story. We're not the story here because they voted almost 80% for the vice president.
Right.
So why do you think that uneducated white women voted against their reproductive health freedoms? And why do you think Latino men voted in favor of someone that's going to deport, says he's going to deport the majority of his community?
White women like being called uneducated white women. I think the economy matters, national security matters. But when you put people in these boxes, I think that's a takeaway from this. Right?
Nobody's safe. He said no one's safe. He said no one's safe. Bro, nobody's safe, bro. He said the Mickey Mouse ears are an ironic joke. Long story. Hey, I gotta hear about this, Mike. Right? And we gotta get Mike on the platform, man. Facts, yo. He said, funny thing, I heard someone say Jews felt more safe at that Trump rally than a liberal college campus. Right? Oh my God. He's an uneducated. Wait, right? This is crazy. He said, you better run, Scott. Bruh, if I don't get chained up, bro, by the end of 2020, what did that be? 2028, bro. If I don't end his term in chains, bro, I'm gonna be so mad because this is what they've been telling me was gonna happen this whole time. They've been like, "Yo, you're gonna be in chains, Sky. Y'all gonna be back on the slave ship." He said, "It's so trailer park people, crazy, bro." Right? Chains, bro. I better be in chains. That's what I'm expecting, bro. Right? But nah, look, we got Joy Reid here talking about the Democratic base and describing it and talking about how black women are pretty much superior and why they're why black women are the backbone of the Democratic Party. I can't even get this shit out. Let's just hear what she got to say.
The places she won: Massachusetts, Colorado, Maryland, New Jersey, Connecticut, Vermont, Virginia, New Hampshire, New York, Minnesota, Washington, Illinois, Rhode Island, California. I could go on. I think to a really great point that John Howman made and that Yamiche and all of us are making is that the Democratic Party really appeals to secular voters, to college educated voters for whom student loan forgiveness is relevant, to voters who are more aspirational and sort of made the aspiration. And that's part of the reason Black women are so connected, because Black women are getting into higher rates of college achievement and college entrance, even though the Black ones of the world want us out the door. And that's one of the reasons, is that you've seen this striving among Black voters that has been achieved, and the great achievements that we've had put us into the Democratic Party. And secular voters who don't want a theocracy were in the Democratic Party. And national security, people who care about things like nationals, it is a luxury to care about national security. If you just care about grocery bills, you don't care about that. And so, unfortunately, Kamala Harris came along at a time when the United States is still in its redemption era, post Barack Obama. And we've tried to do Reconstruction before, and it ended the same way, with great disappointment for those who want to see a more perfect union, and a lot of work to do to try to rebuild a multicultural democracy, because it's very hard to do. It's never been done, and we still haven't done it.
Wow. So when the white woman didn't get elected by the name of Hillary Clinton, that's one thing, but a Black woman, and then to sit there and holler, Black women are more aspirational than anyone else. That's why they have so much college, but then say you want them to forgive their college loans. If y'all so aspirational, pay your own damn bills. Why would people listen to this Black woman or any Black woman that sits around and acts like they're so much better than you while they begging you for something? White women would be a fool to vote for that fool. Anybody white would. Anybody not a dumb Black woman.
Hey, you know what's so funny? I didn't even hear that last part on that video, but when I heard what he was saying, I was like, fuck it, I'm gonna just let it roll. I was like, fuck it, I'm gonna just let it roll. Yeah, I'm like, fuck it, I'm gonna just let it roll, yo. Hold up, but look, bruh. You said Obama do it to you before Trump, right? He said, what changed, right? Nah, bro. He said, you were actually in chains back during Trump's first term, Skywalker. You must have just forgotten, right? But, bro, look at this, though, right? But they be sitting there like, yo, Trump gonna put y'all in chains, man. He gonna lock y'all up in camps, right? Right? This was back during Obama's administration. They say male 16 through 17. So do 16-year-olds qualify as kids? I don't know. Do 16-year-olds qualify as kids in cages? And if that's a male 16 through 17, what do the other sections say? I don't know. I digress. Right? But hey, you know what I'm saying? Like, it gotta be all this other stuff, yo. It gotta be all this other stuff instead of, hey, you know, because look, even when you look at how people voted, right? Let me move this real quick. You got, right, white people were split 55 to 43 in favor of Trump, right? With all this talk about the Black vote and how this stuff was going to end up being a thing, right? And how it's going to come down to it, and how men were, you know, as the Black men were standing up and we were being chastised about all this stuff. 86%, right? They say Black people aren't a monolith. They are the most monolithic on this chart, yo. Right? Way above everybody else. There is no look, everybody else has diversity. Right? It's either half and half or teetering on half and half. Right? But anyway, hey, I digress, right? Now, Black people, 86% voted for Trump. Or no, Kamala Harris, right? And when you break it down to sex, white men, 59%, white women, 52%, right? Even once again, with all that talk about, oh my God, the black men this, the black men that, is going to be y'all fault, right? 20%. Still the lowest male voting group out of all of the races, right? Latino men came in at 54%. That's why they mad at them too, right? They got to be mad at everybody. But look at how a lot of these other charts they're much more diverse, right? Black women voted for Kamala Harris at a 92% clip. 92%. He says, honestly, I'm a little surprised the black vote didn't get out. No, didn't even out a little bit more. Bruh, I'm not. I do think that this is the start, though. Because even look. If you look at these numbers, right? Trump won in a landslide, and only had 20% of black men voting for him, which was more than probably ever voted Republican, at least recently, right? So even with all that, right, and all this other diversity, if the black community evened out their votes a little bit more, like, how would a Democrat ever get into office, or at least against Trump? Like, there would be no situation, you know, unless it's Joe Biden in 2020 when he gets 85 million votes, right? Which was more than ever. Never mind. I ain't going to go into that. But hey, like, with this being so skewed as it is with the black community, particularly, because they're the ones that are closest to a monolith on this entire thing, especially black women. We can sit here and say, hey, all black people aren't a monolith, but look at this damn chart. Right? So I think if things just evened out a little bit more, right? We would see some real change, yo. It said remember, Joe Biden was the most popular president of all time. Makes perfect sense. Just listen to the TV, right? Crazy. Said white guys and brown guys put Trump in, it appears. Men, bruh. Right? I was shocked finding out that the Amish came out to vote. Yeah, and the Amish was putting in work. He said, no, you did that, right? Yeah, bro. No. Hey, it's not Biden's fault that the prices are high. It's your fault. Right? Nah. Hey, let's listen to a Trump voter. Let's see if this guy sounds racist, misogynistic, or anything like that when he's talking about why he voted for Trump.
Josh, can you tell us a little bit about why you cast your vote for Trump tonight?
I guess it'd have to do with I'm more of like a blue-collar worker, and I knew that one of the things he said he was going to do was cut taxes for overtime. So and that's how I make a lot of my money. So that was like probably the main driving force, I won't lie.
So for you, it's really a financial decision more than anything else?
Right, yeah, I'd probably say that, especially with the way the economy's been, so.
Did you vote for Trump in the past, in 2016 and 2020?
I didn't.
You didn't. So did you vote at all in 2016, 2020?
No, I didn't actually.
Oh, interesting. So this is the first presidential election that you've cast a ballot for in a few cycles now.
Yeah, I think Obama was the last person I voted for. I won't lie.
Right? But no. But no. It ain't none of that, man. It's none of that. It ain't the economy. It ain't the no taxes on tips. It ain't the no taxes on overtime. You know what I mean? They voted for that guy because they're racist. Yo, crazy. Crazy. He said, you see this all the time at the level of a top presidential candidate, right? It's like, no. You say you were the one. Right? Then Biden chilling, bro. Flop after flop after flop after flop. He said, mess with the Amish farms, get voted against. Facts. He said, dude, my friend's husband got canceled by his group of friends voting for Trump. Hey, right? Bruh. I ain't tried, bruh. I don't cancel nobody. When I hear about my friends that voted for Kamala Harris, I just say, all right, cool. You know, I think you're wrong. You know what I'm saying? Like, I don't think that's the right thing to do. But hey, what you eat don't make me. You know what I'm saying? Like, that's gonna have to live with that choice. You know what I'm saying? Said they told him they can't hang around him anymore. This is crazy, bro. Crazy. But that's what they want. But these are the people that were calling for unity. What happened, bro? This the president now. Right? He said this exact same reaction I see when Gun Superman. I think I'm like, oh yeah, it was your fault, yo. I would have gotten away with it too if it wasn't for you damn Snyder fans. Right? Yeah, man. Nah, bro. It must be all of these other things, right? Hold up, going back to the trans thing, because Van Jones said, hey, if you are a parent of a trans kid, you should be afraid. You know? But hey, let's hear from some more unlikely Trump voters.
Why I am voting for Donald Trump despite being a trans person. The idea that because I'm trans, my vote has to be promised to Democrats each and every time, regardless of their behavior or the candidates they put up. It's a bit demeaning. To believe that it is shocking that I'm trans and voting for Trump, you'd have to believe two things. The first is that you'd have to believe that I only care about trans rights, that I'm not capable or interested in the economy, foreign policy, the border, immigration, crime, a litany of things that my mind is actually, in fact, capable of pondering. Then the second thing you'd have to believe incorrectly is that I must assume or believe that Democrats handle trans rights in the correct way. You are not voting for a perfect candidate. No such thing exists. The perfect candidate, until Jesus Christ comes back, is not going to happen.
Right? But nah, they said, yo, you got to be scared, bro. If you're an LGBTQ plus member, be afraid. Right? Because Trump is against you. Ain't no way none of them voted for Trump, y'all. Ain't no way ain't no way you can vote for Trump if you part of these communities, right? Right?
As a never Trumper last election and a pretty staunch Democrat, gay Latino man, I just cast my vote for President Trump. Or as some of you guys would like to say, against my own best interests. And for a while there, I believed it. It's time that we have a president in office once again that is going to put America and American citizens first. Leading up to this election, things have been intense and pretty crazy, but it has been very eye-opening for me. I've pissed a lot of people off, but I've also gained a lot of supporters as well. Those supporters being people that I've been told my entire life hate me for who I am, simply for being a gay man. Example, Republicans and MAGA supporters. And it's ironic that the loving and accepting community that have been feeding me those lies have now become some of the most hateful people towards me. I have opened my eyes and now realized how the mainstream media has drugged this man through the dirt and completely manipulated how people perceive him. Do I agree with everything that this man has said and or done throughout his life? Absolutely not. But what I do agree with is peace through strength, putting American citizens first, secure borders, ending these wars, making the U.S. more energy independent once again, and bringing jobs back to the United States of America, making everyday living more affordable again, whether it's buying a house, renting, putting gas in your car, or going to the grocery store. For those reasons and others that I did not mention, I am proudly supporting Donald Trump this election. The countdown begins, guys, and soon we will know the fate of this country for the next 4 years. I love you guys, and I will see you in the next one.
Nah, y'all can't care about that stuff, y'all. Y'all can't care about that kind of stuff, man. El Negron said, I don't give a shit who does what with who behind closed doors. I do care about 2 Big Mac combos being over $20. Bruh, it's wild. You're not supposed to care about that stuff. We got Matthias saying the main reason Trump won is because the people wanted 2 things. 1, more market economy, capitalism, and less planned economy, socialism, and no more illegal immigration. And both reasons are 100% valid. Right? Says, people keep telling me MAGA folk are racist, sexist, and unhinged. Seeing the reaction compilations, man, they need help. Bruh, I could have showed y'all so many of people literally crying and freaking out. I think a lot of that stuff was performative though, so I didn't want to bog y'all down with all that. But nah, it's wild out here, right? He said, "Adios, petrodollar." Right? Hey, we gonna see. You know what I mean? It's like, look, man, that it's crazy that we are in a world where they still feel like, yo, you know, it has to be all these things and not what it so clearly was. Right? Move this down. Yeah. Nah, we about to get to it, right? We about to get to it because y'all think that they learned their lesson? Right? Y'all think that they learned their lesson? Put a yes or no in the chat. Because I think they should have. I think they should have learned their lesson, but did they? That is another question, right? Like going forward, do you guys think that, you know, is that they'll be able to admit? he said, nope, hell no, nope. Look, I mean, let's look at what Van Jones had to say. I think a couple people had you know, some harsh critiques, but let's start with what Van Jones kind of thinks happened.
We were making fun of Donald Trump for having thrown away his ground game and doing some weird stuff online. We thought that they were idiots. It turned out we were the idiots. We woke up in a body bag because while we were knocking on doors, they were making these phones into 24-hour-a-day political weapons for themselves. And so we got outflanked, outplayed, outbeat by people who told us the whole time that they knew what they were doing. And people are mad. And Future Forward, all these different groups that vacuumed up all this money and told everybody to sit down and shut up are going to be in for an accountability session from the grassroots, and it is coming.
I remember.
All right, so Van Jones kind of has a cool, like, little diagnosis But then he kind of went back to capping after that, and I'm just like, oh my God, right? But hey, maybe they can look back and say, you know, Kamala maybe shouldn't have tried to focus so much on Donald Trump. Maybe she should have done like Joe Rogan podcast. Maybe she shouldn't have went on the Call Her Daddy podcast, right? Maybe she shouldn't have taken a month to get out there and start talking about what her policy was going to be, right? Just all these things, right? Is there anything different that Kamala Harris could have done? Let's see what they say.
Some pundits are asking what the vice president could have done differently to break through with the voters. Of course, she only had 3 months to campaign, rallied. She kicked his butt all over the country over the course of those 2 months. She did every debate, every interview. People kept saying they didn't know who she was, so then she told them who she was.
She told everybody who she was, y'all. Right? He says, so what happens in 2028? Is the Blue Party done? Do they do the same dumb stuff, or do they get no, bruh? I don't think they've learned a thing. Right? Because look, one of the things that people were kind of drumming down on, right, was saying, hey, Tim Walz and Kamala Harris both seem kind of pro-socialist or pro-communism. Excuse me. Right, pro-communism. They are calling people all these names and doing this stuff, right? They're calling for crackdowns on free speech. That was another thing that kind of really haunted them, right? Let's see if the free speech thing kind of might have learned them a lesson, maybe, right? Let's see what they say.
Can we not let Fox News off the hook, please?
I don't understand.
And Newsmax and all the fake news that's been going out there. You know, one of the things that we need to do, and it's not to abolish the Department of Education. As a former teacher, believe me, he's talking about doing that.
Yes.
You know, kids I brought this up before, I'm going to bring it up again. In Finland, kids in nursery school are learning to discern between fake news and real news. Yeah. They should be teaching that in this country.
Yeah.
Teach children tolerance, teach them to think critically.
Well, it would help if we could regulate social media, because one of the biggest offenders is D.C. and Congress have not been able to do one thing in regard to the rogue corporations of social media.
It's not going to get any better with Elon Musk now in the administration.
Hey, they got to crack down on social media, guys. Right? They got to crack down on social media. They weren't the only ones.
There are 2 sets of laws and rulings we have to deal with. The Supreme Court has allowed this unlimited amount of money dumping in. And then, you know, there are legal protections that allow these companies to do what they want to and do what they will. I think in a normal country, we would say, hold on a second, maybe we need to have a different set of regulations for social media platforms now that they're this big. Maybe we need to have less money in the system. Mm-hmm. But that conversation is not happening yet.
I mean,
we got to regulate we got to regulate these social media platforms, y'all. Right? Said poor Kamala only had 3 months after that raw deal she got where the nomination was handed to her on a silver platter. Shame she wasn't currently in office and could run on accomplishments. Oh, wait. Yeah, right? 100%. Said DOD already does that. Thank you. Bruh, they've been doing it to me. I'm just telling y'all how this shit just happened to me. Crazy. They ain't learned no lesson. Right? Are they going to be nicer to Trump, y'all? What y'all think? Right? After all this. Right? After all this, after like you put all these cases out on him, you've been calling him all these names, you know what I'm saying? Calling the man Hitler, calling his supporters trash, garbage, racist, phobes, all that shit for years, right? But he just won in a landslide. You could put a little bit of respect on his name, right? Right?
For that. And think about this. She did this in 2 months.
Yeah, no.
She did this in 2 months.
She left it all on the field. Yes, she
look,
did.
she, you know, everybody can always say, oh, she should have done this, she should have done this, she did what she did. She was everywhere. She talked to everybody, and people didn't come out. I don't know why, and it doesn't even matter. He's now the president. I'm still not going to say his name. That's not going to change.
Still not going. Hey, Trump is like Voldemort around this motherfucker, right? She was around the country kicking his butt. Bruh, the whole it's funny because I'm from Inglewood, right? And if y'all that don't know, you know, history like the Bloods and the Crips, that's where the blood started at, in Inglewood, California. You know what I'm saying? I'm like, bro, the country was throwing up big B's on the 5th, bro. It was big B's all around the country, bro. What is this, bro? Right? We still ain't gonna say his name. You know, it was the country rejected y'all policies in swift fashion without prejudice. And you can't even be humble after that, right? Are they gonna stop all this lawfare? Right? What about Letitia James over in New York, who literally ran her platform to get elected on prosecuting Trump? That's what she ran her entire campaign on. It was all in her ads and all that stuff. She ran her entire campaign on, hey, I'm going to be the one to prosecute Trump. She gets in office, she prosecutes Trump, brings all these crazy ass charges that are getting thrown out in appeals. Right? They're getting like laughed at and critiqued severely by higher courts. What's going to be her response? Right? Is she going to be cool? Is this the time to call for unity? Right? Is this the time to like, hey, because he won in a landslide, y'all, right? And the will of the people. I mean, we've spoken, right? We've spoken, so it should be all good, right? Right?
We did not expect this result, but we are prepared to respond to this result. And my office has been preparing for several months because we've been here before. We faced this challenge before, and we used the rule of law to fight back. And we are prepared to fight back once again. Because as the Attorney General of this great state, it is my job to protect and defend the rights of New Yorkers and the rule of law. And I will not shrink from that responsibility.
Bro, who the fuck is she talking about, bro? Is this the president she's talking about? Yo, it sounds like she's talking about some fucking wild ass dictator, bro. Yo, we ready to go to war, right? That's what she over here talking about. You know what I mean? Yo, but it got worse.
To respond to any attempt to roll back our rights. So here we are. We've studied their platforms. We've identified certain possibilities, fact patterns. We've created contingency plans. So no matter what the next administration throws at us, we're ready. We're ready to respond to their attacks. We're ready to respond to any attempts to cut or eliminate any funding to the great state of New York, as the governor outlined. So despite what has happened on the national stage, we will continue to stand tall in the face of injustice revenge, or retribution. We will continue to protect and our most vulnerable and marginalized amongst us.
First of all, she was having speech problems throughout that entire fucking speech. Like, I don't know what was going on, but she was like all over the place, kept misspeaking, eyes looking all crazy and shit. Just wow. But yo, why does it sound like she's talking about this fucking Batman? We've created contingency plans. We ready for his attacks. Bro, Trump gonna be attacking New York, bro. Trump's gonna attack New York now. What is going on, bro? Trump gonna attack New York? He's gonna... Bro, I better be in chains, y'all. I swear to God, bro. I swear to God, bro. Bro, the war, dude. I think we in full swing, bro. But I do think there's hope on the horizon. I do think that. Right? Because plans can be put in place, but everybody got a plan till they get punched in the mouth. You know what I'm saying? Right? But let them know, Necron. Bro, this sad, bro. Like, this is crazy. They said, who the hell did she think Donald Trump is? Lex Luthor? Bro, that's what I'm saying, bro. It's wild. I'm like, have we not learned anything? But look, I can't lie though. I can't lie. I'm so glad that Letitia James came out and did that. I'm so glad, because it gave Trump's lawyer the opportunity to respond. This is the funniest shit I think I've heard this whole time. Hey, I want y'all to check out what Trump's lawyer had to say to Letitia James.
Let me just say this to Big Tish James, the New York Attorney General. I dare you to try to continue your lawfare against President Trump in his second term, because listen here, sweetheart, we're not messing around this time, and we will put your fat ass in prison for conspiracy against rights. And I promise you that. So think long and hard before you want to violate President Trump's constitutional rights or any other American's constitutional rights. It's not going to happen again.
We've been warning people on the show, Mike, this isn't the same Trump administration. Stop messing around. Don't rig elections. Don't illegally vote. Don't try the funny business, because we know the team this time and they are not effing around.
Yo, I saw that shit. I was dying. I was like, yo, they not playing no games. Like, bro, they not playing no games, bro. Bro, I was like, yo, I can't believe this shit. Like, wow, they have learned nothing. Yo, I'm gonna get that super chat. Look, Bishop said play it again, bro. All right, I got you, because this shit was hilarious, bro.
Let me just say this to Big Tish James, the New York Attorney General. I dare you to try to continue your lawfare against President Trump in his second term, because listen here, sweetheart, we're not messing around this time, and we will put your fat ass in prison for conspiracy against rights. And I promise you that. So think long and hard before you want to violate President Trump's constitutional rights or any other American's constitutional rights. It's not going to happen again.
We've been warning people on the show, Mike, this isn't the same Trump administration. Stop messing around. Don't rig elections. Don't illegally vote. Don't try the funny business, because we know the team this time and they are not effing around.
Bruh, white men in this country have had it, bro. They've had it, bro. They've had it. said, yo, man, yo, no more. You shall not buy. They said, yo, we not gonna sit around and just keep taking all this shit, bro. Oh no. He said, we'll put your back. We'll put your first he called her Big Tish James. He said, bro, we'll put your fat ass in jail, bro. Real quick, bro. Real quick, bro. White men have had it, bro. Yo. Oh my God, bro. That's why I saved that video for so late in the stream, man. I knew that this shit was gonna have me, man. This shit got me locked up. I'm sorry, I gotta play it again.
Let me just say this to Big Tish James, the New York Attorney General. I dare you. I dare you to try to continue your lawfare against President Trump in his second term. Because listen here, sweetheart, we're not messing around this time. And we will put your fat ass in prison for conspiracy against rights. And I promise you that. So think long and hard before you want to violate President Trump's constitutional rights or any other American's constitutional rights. It's not going to happen again.
We've been warning people on the show, Mike, this isn't the same Trump administration. Stop messing around. Don't rig elections. Don't illegally vote. Don't try the funny business, because we know the team this time and they are not effing around.
Bro, white men have had it, bro. They've had it. He said, enough. Enough from the clown. We got the homie W Mirror with the $10 super chat saying, we do not speak his name. The wand chooses the wizard, Mr. Potter. We can expect great things from you. After all, he who must not be named did great things. Terrible, yes, but great. Yo, shouts out to W Mirror, man. I'm sorry, y'all know when them big super chats come out, this drop got to come out. Hey.
Hold on, Dre. You ain't gonna say nothing else before, we continue the party?
Yeah, okay. I'm gonna just need a moment of silence for this. Psst. I see dead people.
Mustard on a beat, how deep, bro. Any rap nigga, he a freak, though. Man down, call an ambulance, tell him free, bro. Nail a nigga to the cross, he walk around like, what's up with these jabroni ass niggas trying to see Compton? The industry can hate me, fuck them all in they mama. How many op really got? Mean it's too many options. Finna pass on his body, I'm John Stockton. Beat your ass and hide the Bible if God watching. Sometimes you gotta pop out and show niggas. Certified boogie man, I'm the one that up the score with him. Walking down, whole time I know he got some pulling him, extra shit, bully devouring him. Say Drake, I hear you like I'm young. You better not ever go to cell block 1. To any bitch that talk to him and they're in love, just make sure you hide your little sister from him. They tell me Chubb's the only one that get your hand down. And party at the party playing with his nose now. And Potter got a real taste, why is he around? Certified lover boy, certified pedestal. God, fuck him up. I'ma do myself. Why you calling like a bitch, ain't you? Trying to strike a chord, and it's probably
They not like us. 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 They not like us.
Man, something that made me something that I just realized is, or that video made me realize is 2024 has been really, really illuminating. It's been like real versus fake this whole year, yo. There is a war going on, right? There's a war going on outside. No man is safe from, right? That's real talk, though. Like, there is a war going on. And, you know, hey, what do you say? People need to stand up and speak up. Facts. 100%. It says, at my internship, I met a British officer who said that in the UK, they favored the term lesson identified over lesson learned because the lesson won't be learned. Right? Hey, I learned my lessons, bro. Right? Yeah. I said a lot of phonies being exposed. That's for sure. Yeah, man. No, I just look. And something that this election taught me, you know. And look, I'm gonna play this other video because I think it just kind of highlights my whole thing about white men being fed up. Maybe I gotta, you know what? I think we gotta do a cool table stream probably next week. I gotta get some white guys on here and get they thoughts. You know what I'm saying? Because I don't know. It's like, yo, I feel like white men are just fucking fed the fuck up, and it's no better example of that than this right here.
Let me just say this to Big Tish James, the New York Attorney General. I dare you to try to continue your lawfare against President Trump in his second term, because listen here, sweetheart, we're not messing around this time, and we will put your fat ass in prison for conspiracy against rights, and I promise you that. So think long and hard before you want to violate President Trump's constitutional rights or any other American's constitutional rights. It's not going to happen again.
We've been warning people on the show, Mike, this isn't the same Trump administration. Stop messing around. Don't rig elections. Don't illegally vote. Don't try the funny business, because we know the team this time and they are not effing around.
They will put your fat ass in prison. Yo, that's my favorite video. Oh my God. Right. But in all fairness, the lesson that should have been learned, I think, is one that Scott Jennings highlighted right here. Let me play this and then we'll move on to the final topic.
This is a mandate. He's won the national popular vote for the first time for a Republican, for the first time since 2004. This is a big deal. This isn't backing into the office. This is a mandate to do what you said you were going to do. Get the economy working again for regular working class Americans, fix immigration, try to get crime under control, try to reduce the chaos in the world. This is a mandate from the American people to do that. I think I'm interpreting the results tonight as the revenge of just the regular old working class American, the anonymous American who has been crushed, insulted, condescended to. They're not garbage. They're not Nazis. They're just regular people who get up and go to work every day and are trying to make a better life for their kids, and they feel like they have been told to just shut up when they have complained about the things that are hurting them in their own lives. I also feel like this election, as we sit here and pour over this tonight, is something of an indictment of the political information complex. I mean, we've been sitting around here for the last couple of weeks, and the story that was portrayed was not true. I mean, we were told Puerto Rico was going to change the election. Liz Cheney, Nikki Haley voters, women lying to their husbands. Before that, it was Tim Walz and the camo hats. Night after night after night, we were told all these things and gimmicks were going to somehow push Harris over the line, and we were just ignoring the fundamentals. Inflation, people feeling like that they were barely able to tread water at best. That was the fundamentals of the election. And so I think that both parties should always look at the results of an election and figure out what went right and what went wrong. But I think for all of us who cover elections and talk about elections and do this on a day-to-day basis, We have to figure out how to understand, talk to, and listen to the half of the country that rose up tonight and said, we've had enough.
I think that was a great summation of what happened. Integrity says that whole Kamala political ad and telling wives it's cool to lie to your husband tells you a lot. Nah, Michelle Obama said the same thing, right? Michelle Obama said the same thing, but you know, let's see what's up though, because moving on to the final topic, right? This is gonna be about what I expect moving forward, you know, because like I said earlier, stock markets jumped, I think like a record number when Trump got elected. Crypto started moving. You know, there's like I said, there's like this overall sense and feeling like we all about to start getting back to the money and getting back to some sense of common sense, right? And I think that with the results being such a landslide, it should send ripples throughout all the parties. It should send ripples throughout the world. Just what we trying to stand for over here. I think that the American people chose correctly from what they wanted, right? They obviously did. People showed out in record numbers and turned out for this president. He won the popular and electoral college, right? So I think it's time that we all get on board and we start winding these things down that have been so ramped up, right? Like I said, not only did the stock markets and stuff start jumping, but there was reactions from other places too, right? On Steve Madden's earnings call, they commented on the tariff risk, right? They're targeting 40% reduction in China sourcing and within the next year, shifting sourcing more quickly due to Trump's win, moving goods out of China due to tariff risks, right? Moving their stuff way back over here, bringing those tax dollars back into the US, right? Because they don't want to have to deal with those tariffs, right? So you have companies that are reacting and starting to quickly put things into place to bring revenue and jobs back to the United States, right? That's just Steve Madden, but I'm sure that there are many other companies doing the same thing at the very same time. Hamas has called for an immediate end to the war after Trump election win, right? So Hamas saying they don't want no more smoke. You know what I'm saying? They saying, yo, we got to start winding this down. Right? So but where was this when Joe Biden and Kamala Harris was in office? Right? But Hamas says, yo, immediately they trying to call for an end to the war. Right? Daddy's home, it seems. Right? The Houthis, who have been robbing people in this shipping canal since I don't know when, our operations in international waters were purely defensive, and we announced their final cessation. They said, yo, we don't want no more smoke. Look, we was just doing what we had to do. Right? Right? They saying, hey, it wasn't our fault. We had to move the way we was moving. Right? They saying we ain't gonna, bruh, with them robbing these shipping lanes so constantly, it makes your goods cost more because it takes more to transport it. Right? Because they have to go all the way around Africa. Do you guys understand? So when they are attacking these shipping lanes, it makes your goods cost more. So they said, yo, we ain't doing nothing no more. Trump back. Right? The biggest one. Right? Putin. Let's hear what Putin had to say about Donald Trump winning the presidency.
And what about the future president? Well, you can have any attitude toward him, you know, because during his first iteration as president, he was dubbed as mostly a businessman, that he is not very well versed in politics. He can make a lot of mistakes. But from the outset, I can tell you that his behavior when there was an attempt on his life, you know, I was impressed. He's a courageous person. And it's not just about the hand he raised and his call to fight for their common values and ideals. Of course, there was a rush of adrenaline, but a person shows their true color in these emergencies. And this is precisely one of those cases, and I think he acquitted himself admirably in a valiant fashion as a man. As far as politics is concerned, I don't know, during his first presidency, I don't know whether he's going to hear that, but I think I'm going to say that regardless. I think he was harassed by everyone on all sides, bullied. He was afraid of making a step to the left or to the right, saying the wrong thing. I don't know what's going to happen right now during his new presidency, because this is going to be his last presidency. Whatever he does, it's up to him to decide. But what he's been saying publicly up until now, you know, I would be loath to comment on what was said during the electoral campaign, because, you know, that was a deliberate thing to fight for votes. But regardless, what he said about his desire to rebuild relations with Russia, to facilitate an end to the Ukrainian crisis, I think this deserves attention at the very least. And I would like to take this opportunity to offer my congratulations on his election as President of the United States. As I said before, we are going to work with any head of state that is going to garner the trust of the American people.
Homie bending the knee. Everybody wants to get to like lower the temperature right now. The temperature is way too high on all these topics. Everything's too high. It's too hot. It's too high. And everything needs to be cooled down. And you need a person in there that is going to be able to be a diplomat. And hey, let's figure out how to make each side feel like they're happy and able to continue and move forward, so that we can focus on other things like getting this money, and everybody can just focus on maintaining their own infrastructures, right? Having their own sense of patriotism and duty and whatever that calls for. And hey, like, just I think that we need to take a step back from a lot of these things that we've been doing internationally, and I think that that's about to happen. And I think that if that, because I had a comment here earlier from Sin Havoc, it's like, yeah, tariffs didn't get the job done before, and it won't work this time. I agree that tariffs in and of itself is not going to be anything that can garner like universal results when it comes to all of these situations, but it definitely has to be part of a more well-rounded approach, which means stepping back from a lot of these things that we've been doing in these countries. And I think that that's what is about to happen, and it's what should happen. And we just about to have to see if it is going to, right? That is going to be the true question. We are about to start shutting this thing down. I want to thank y'all for joining me. You did put all y'all last questions and comments down at the bottom. You know what I mean? We are about to get on out of here. Yep. Yeah. 2-term limits total. Yep. This is going to be his last term, but I think that there can be a lot done to make sure that things can be put into place that can help us kind of maintain what the hell we're about to have going back, right? Sin Havoc says, "You're very optimistic, Sky. Again, I appreciate it." Well, I'm optimistic for a few reasons. One, because I don't think that they're going to win out at the end of the day. First of all, I don't think that a lot of these ideas that are kind of leading us to go more against like what this country's like kind of like stood for in certain aspects, because things are always evolving. So you can always find ways to kind of tweak things and make things better. But at the same time, just because the entire thing will end up evolving over time, it does not mean that every single thing needs to evolve, right? Like there are some things that are, like that are just innate, I think, like, being good in terms of like treating people the way that you want to be treated, right? So just the more that we go down this road into our future, I just think that we have to be very mindful and careful about how we're evolving as a society or devolving in some ways, because I saw somebody earlier talking about they feel like everything is just kind of getting worse. And I think in a lot of ways, people do feel that way. And so, these conversations are going to have to be had out loud. And they're going to have to be discussed and poured over. And, without that sense of duty to have the conversation, I just don't think that we get anywhere, right? I just don't see how that happens. So we are about to close on down. I want to thank y'all for joining the stream. You dig? My name is Skywalker the Jedi. I got some more stuff coming soon that I want you guys to check out. And remember, I said earlier that I am starting a second channel very soon. So I'm gonna be moving all of this kind of content over to my other channel, and I want y'all to rock out with that one too. And this one will kind of go back more in line with what was here before. But y'all know, if y'all been rocking out, once that fucking assassination attempt happened, it was a wrap. These conversations had to be had. I do not shy away from having these conversations. You know, me having the experiences that I've had, it was incumbent upon me to have these conversations publicly, and the reaction that I got from everybody that watched and really rocked out with this content just made it all the more worth it. So yep, I want to thank y'all for coming through, and yeah, we'll be locking in with y'all again tomorrow with some dope conversations. We got night shift coming, so make sure that y'all back here tomorrow, and we'll catch y'all then. Y'all have a good one. Peace.